This is the Sash tool for cutting the Deventer Weatherseals, Tempo Weatherseals. In this instance, the Weatherseal was going around the outside of the sash. This tool is virtually identical to the frame tool, although it hasn't got the frame block on the bottom. The adjustment of this tool is done by this screw here. So winding it in and winding it out will set your distance from the corner. So obviously the more this screw is wound in, the closer your tool comes in. The more it's wound out, the further it comes. In this particular instance, setting up for this window, I actually removed the screw altogether because the stop here is in the perfect position for this style of window. But that's not always the case, obviously, so you can adjust your screw to suit. I'll show you how we set up. With this particular sash tool, we always start from the centre of the bottom of the sash. That means that the top of the sash and all the way down the sides is a consistent seal, and then all you've got is a butt joint at the bottom, so any water that does get through into this, it runs through and it will leak out through the bottom and then onto the sill and away. So always start at the bottom of the sash. First thing to do is put the Weatherseal into the 90-degree mark. You'll notice you've got two stops on the tool. You've got this one here which does the mitre when you need the mitre done, and this one here gives you a straight 90-degree cut. So offer the Weatherseal in to start off. Gives you a perfect 90-degree cut. Roughly in the centre of the window. For setting up the tool, push the Weatherseal into the groove as it would be, and mark the corner of the Weatherseal here. And then I also do an additional mark in the centre, roughly, of the actual rebate in the seal as well. And this is the line which you would line up with the back teeth with the back blades here in the V. So when you're setting up the tool. So to set the tool up, pull the seal back out, leaving roughly 300mm free. Off the tool up, so you can see it runs in this rail here. Push it up to the stop. Line up the groove with the centre of the blade, and you can adjust it one way or the other with the screw normally, but in this instance I found that without the screw is a perfect dimension. So once you set it up, mitre it, push it into the groove. Bring your seal round, push it into the groove all the way along. Once again, stopping roughly 300mm away from the end. Offer the tool up, bring it up to the stop. You can see we've got a nice consistent Weatherseal again. You've got a perfect mitre. It's quite critical that you stop at the same distance, which you'll get used to once you start using the tool. You'll come up with your own distance that works for you. You adjust the stop to suit what fits best for you. Seal in. When you're setting this up in the workshop, it's a good idea with your sashes to have it on a rotating bed, so you can stay in one position and just rotate it. So this is your last mitre. Cut the corner, as you do with all the others. Come round the corner, put the seal in, and then using this side of the stop, you line up like so, cut your seal, then you've got your perfect weather seal all the way around the window.